right, so this is the graduation project. You're supposed to get in groups of 4. Hopefully the numbers work out that way. If anything, there might be one leftover group of 3, and you can come and talk to me directly about that. But I want all the teams of 4 to have been formed before you come and talk to me about your group of 3. So the way this project works, there's 60 points that are going to be group points that y'all are going to work together to get, and then 40 points, whatever role you have in the family, are going to be the points that are just for you. So if you super jack up your part of the project, it doesn't affect anybody but you. So we're having a graduation party, and there's 4 members of the family, and I'm not trying to be sexist here, I'm just trying to give out roles. So if your dad is going to be the one that cooks, great, I don't care. Your mom will be the one that gives the toast. But the way that I've designed it in here, you've got a graduate, a mom and a dad, and a sibling, a brother or a sister. And the graduate is going to basically make a resume and come in and interview with me. The mom will do the cooking and come in and talk a little bit about the food, but basically you're providing us with food and utensils and everything on party day. And then the dad is going to write, memorize, and then on the day of the party give the toast. And then the last one is the sibling. I think this one's fantastic. The sibling is going to, y'all remember that project, Mi Viaje Fenomenal, where you made the slideshow and then you recorded yourself presenting it? That's your goal, okay? And the other part of the goal is, let's say Jack is the graduate, then whoever is his sibling would talk to Jack and get childhood and baby pictures of Jack. Not a ton, but like 4 or 5, and they would be included in the slideshow, because this is kind of like, y'all been to a wedding or a graduation party before where they've done like a slideshow of their life and been like, look, he always loved building blocks. We knew he was going to be an engineer. You know, something cheesy like that, right? So you would take those pictures and include that in your story of how you always knew that they were going to become whatever they're becoming in this fictitious party. So that's what the sibling will do. But bringing it back to the beginning, you're going to start with invitations. You'll make those in class. And it says invitations. I actually just need one from y'all. I'm keeping it, though. 100% I'm keeping it. You'll never get it back. So if you're going to be super excited about your craftiness, which a lot of people are, there's some very, very cute invitations out there. If you're going to be crafty about your invitations, then you're going to want to make 2 so that you can keep one for all eternity for yourselves. Anyway, I've got here's some invitations from years past. Let me move this guy over to here. All right, this one actually looks like an invitation, doesn't it? Oh, you can't see it. Boo! Sorry, you can't see it. I'll put it up there in a minute. Here it is for y'all to look at. Yeah, looks like an invitation, right? Okay, another one. This one, I mean, this one is a little bit ghetto if you look really close at it, but I really like it. It's glittery. It's glitter ribbon, and they've stapled it. And it's a little bit boring on the inside. There it is. But it does the job. And then I got this one. They just full-on printed this one out. Like they did it on the computer and then printed it. And they used the school logo, obviously. This is another one that looks pretty fancy. Right here. It's got 20 layers to it. I don't know why it's got 20 layers. Here's this one. Nice looking, yeah? They printed on that one as well, and then they got the little bedazzle going on right there. It's pretty special. Y'all get the, oh wait, there's one more. This is great. It's great. Okay. Oh, how do I get into it? What? It opens like that. Super exciting. Oh, wait. Guys, it's just because it won't let me do it over there. But there you go. Watch. You thought this would be in the way, but it's not. This is probably one of my favorites. Okay, so there's that one. Ooh. And then there's another one that's boring, and this is one from 2 years ago. This one was pretty cute. They did theirs like a tweet, right? Pretty cute. That one was a quinceañera. The first year we did it, it was a quinceañera, but then we made it a graduation party. So that one's a little bit different, but you get the gist. So you're going to do an invitation as a team, and I don't actually care if you want to do it as a team. Here's the deal. Y'all should all be doing your work, right? And doing an equal amount-ish. Let's say that, and this is a lie, but let's say that LJ is horrible with her grammar, and she's not very good at Spanish, and she's probably the weakest one on the team. Well, maybe you have her do the invitation then, right? Because it's work that needs to be done. She can still contribute. She can still provide stuff there, and it takes a little bit of a burden off of the people that might be writing some big speech for after dinner. You know what I mean? So y'all can plan that out however you want. I don't literally need 4 hands at the same time holding a piece of paper and gluing it down to another piece of paper. Y'all figure that out. So that is the invitation. You are, by the way, when you choose your teams, you're going to choose colors that are going to be your family's colors. And you're like, that sounds stupid. It kind of is, but I like it. And I'm a little bit crazy, and y'all know that. So you're going to choose those colors. They have to be represented on your invitation. They have to be represented in your decorations, which we'll talk about in a minute. And they also have to be represented in your dress on the day of the party, okay? Which we'll talk about in a minute. So make sure you choose colors. The way that I always have people do this is that they, y'all need to sit around and say, like, Ton, we got to do something dressy here. What do you have that's dressy? Like, what colors do you have? And then what colors do you have? And then list them out and go, okay, it looks like we're doing blue and black because we all can wear blue and black, right? Maybe pink's not the right color if you've literally got a boy in your group because maybe he doesn't have a pink sports shirt ready to go, all right? So keep in mind when you're doing that. So that is the invitations, okay? You've got to use the subjunctive 2 times in the invitation, and you can read in Spanish clearly. Las decoraciones, you have to choose 2 of the following. You can either make papel picado or centerpieces or a country flag. I'm going to be honest, that's the stupidest choice I've ever made, is putting that on an option, because it's very easy to do. Now, to be fair, look up at the flags in front of you, and some of them are a little bit jankier than others, right? You'll see this, what is this, Venezuela over here? It's a little bit, oh, my kid did that when he was half asleep, right? Now look at the Costa Rica one right there. It's pretty, right? Isn't it Costa Rica that I have, or is it Dominican Republic? I don't know. But there's a really nice one there right in front of Victoria, right? You see the difference between the 2? If you literally decided to do a flag, then it better be a nice looking flag. That's all I'm saying, okay? And please keep it to 8.5 by 11. I don't want it to be big because A, it will look weird if I decide to hang it, and B, it won't fit in my student work binder, so it's just a big hassle for me. Centerpieces I think are really fun, and I can put up some pictures for y'all in a second. Papel picado, it needs to be high quality papel picado also. Look on the board behind y'all in the back of the classroom. You see those 6 right there? One of my students did that last year with her grandmother. And I mean, that's like taking a straight edge and like cutting it out. Not on these desks because you will ruin them, but you know, on like a protected board or on top of a folder or something. But they put some time into that. And I'm not saying you have to do something that detailed, but it also doesn't need to be a piece of paper you folded in half, cut a heart out, and you were like, boom, papel picado. That's not papel picado. So keep that in mind. And hold on one second. Why? I literally can't access the timer. There we go. Okay, so some examples of what I'm looking for decoration-wise. There's centerpieces, there's the papel picado, and you can see how everybody's clothing matches or coordinates. There's some more centerpieces there. They've got their country flag right there. That's a piece of papel picado that somebody made. That's a table that matches really well. That their colors were obviously red, white, and yellow. All right, so after decorations, we've got clothing. And did everybody, literally, is everybody wearing nice clothing or scrap clothing? And does everybody match? Coordinate, not really match, okay? So that's your 10 points there, and I will literally take them off. Graduates, that's another negative for you, is that you've got to dress up 2 different times. But guys, we were literally having this discussion, the other teachers like, well, I don't know, these kids these days don't know what nice clothing is. And I was like, yes, they do. Well, I don't know, I've seen some at church with just shorts on. Okay, that doesn't mean y'all don't know the right way to dress. It just means you choose not to dress the right way. Am I right? Okay, so obviously, when I say wear nice clothing, you just saw pictures of people wearing nice clothing. You should not be confused. If you have questions, ask me about it. If you couldn't wear it to homecoming, please don't wear it to my classroom. Not that it has to be homecoming. All right, carrera. The very last page of your packet is, it's like a form, kind of like when we did the medical project. Everybody gets one because y'all always want an extra copy to write on or whatever, but I need one nicely handwritten or typed final draft turned in of that. That's it. And so for the group, that'll be worth 15 points. Silverware, plates, all of that stuff is worth 5 points for your group. I strongly suggest that you bring that next week if you want to, and I'll put it in a cabinet with your name on it, and that way you've got those 5 points, and if you forget the day of, it doesn't matter, you've already got it. That's my suggestion. But if you forget the day of, you're done with those 5 points. I don't care if it was Evan's responsibility to bring it for your group. It's part of the group grade. You're done. All right? And obviously you can't bring it late because there's no food the next day, you fools. All right, next up. So the roles are the mom. The mom is going to make the food, bring the food, and discuss the food slightly. And I believe you have to have a recipe printed. Guys, always pay attention to my rubric. I'm literally telling you exactly what you have to do here. If you will follow that recipe, if you will, then you'll get the points that you're looking for, okay? You have to have one savory dish and one sweet dish. That means one like appetizer / main course type dish and one dessert dish, okay? You have to have 2 dishes or you're not going to get the full points. All right, and that's worth 40 points to you. So the most you would get is an 80 if you only brought 1 dish. If you are, and I say this with love, the poor kid in the group, and you don't have the money to be cooking, do not sign up to be the mom, okay? And again, you could be the dad and the mom could do the speech. I don't care. But do not sign up to bring food if you aren't financially able to bring it, okay? Because I don't want to get parent phone calls that are like, why are you making I'm not making your kid do anything. Your kid chose that job. So, entrevista, that would be, you're going to be the graduate. If you're the graduate, you're going to make a resume. And did she hand you out the interview sheet? And I've got extras, so if you need one, only the graduate needs that, but it's got information on the exact questions I'll ask you. You're not going to get asked all of them, but it's a list of all the ones that are my list to ask you from. And it's also got an informational sheet on how to write a resume in Spanish. So you're going to be doing a Spanish resume, and you're going to be coming in and interviewing, and you got to dress up for that interview. But on the day of the party, you just show up and eat food and watch videos. Like, it's a great role to have if you want to be chilled and relaxed that day. Next one is the, I did not flip the page right. The next one is the sibling. So that's going to be the brother or sister, and they're going to make a PowerPoint of your life, and I've already explained that to y'all as well, right? That person, again, they have to gather the pictures, they have to write the whole thing, they have to record themselves and send me the link to the video. But on project day, you show up, hit play, and you're good to go. All right? It's another great job for that personality type. Next page, last page is the dad. And again, switch roles if you need to. I'm literally stuck on a loop of not being able to flip the page the right way. Super smart. All right. So that's the toast. Brindis is a toast, like cheers, right? So that person will write and recite a 60-minute toast. Now, in my opinion, and I'm not trying to knock Pablito at all, but Pablito, you're a native speaker, right? This is kind of the job for a native speaker or somebody that's more comfortable with memorization. Somebody in 7th period is just phenomenal with memorizing things, so this is a good job for them because all they have to do is memorize it and show up and give it. Pablito, this is a good job for you because if you forget to kind of do it, you could look at that rubric and be like, okay, I got to use por and para or whatever it is. Pero sino que. Okay, I'm just going to get up there and wing it, and you'd probably do all right. I think you should put the work into it, but I'm just saying, think about the personality types of the people in your group and who's going to be best at what. If you are frightened of speaking in front of the class, do not be the speech giver, all right? Logical thought processes. So that's it. and you'll have some time in class to prepare during your round robins.